Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? This is Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Thursday, October 16th, 2008, and I am so glad that the weekend is coming up, and I'm just so happy to get in the markets today. We've been getting some good trades lately. Hope you guys have been doing well with your trading. First thing I want to do before I start anything is just go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that you all had left me in yesterday's post. And I'm glad you guys are leaving comments. It's always good to hear from you. I've kind of skimmed these a little because some of them are long, but I've gotten a lot of compliments and thanks, and I appreciate all your thanks. And I'm really just trying to help you out with this, so I'm glad that it's helping you if it is. And if it's not, go ahead and ask questions, and I'll try to help you as much as possible. And John, you asked about the 0.50 level. I actually did update the FAQ after I saw this. Basically, the reason why we watch out for it, or why I watch out for it, is because a majority of the market watches out for it. And especially in the short term, 0 and 50 levels tend to be where people place a lot of stops or take profit orders. And usually you'll see, big continuations or bounces from these levels just because of the orders, depending on the orders that are placed. And this is why I pay attention to these levels. And if momentum goes in my favor, then I try to ride that. And if I see the slightest bounce, then I'm out as quick as possible, just to keep some of my profits. So that's the reason why I keep those levels as my targets, unless, of course, we're too close to it. In that case, I try to go for at least a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So the next one is from Ionix, and it's thanks for the updates. In case I missed to enter the market during the crossover, how many 15-minute candles far from the crossover can I still enter? Now, I would say my recommendation is if you miss a signal, don't try to enter late. There will be plenty of signals for you to take, and if you miss one, just brush it off and wait for the next one. The reason being is because sometimes we don't even get a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and if you're late to enter and the market's already moved in our favor, then we're even putting yourself more at risk. You're actually risking a lot more than what your reward will be, so it actually makes your trade even more unfavorable. However, there is an exception, and if, let's say, we're going short and prices actually went against us a little bit but hasn't actually stopped it out, if you see a small retracement and you can actually get a better entry, then I would say it's okay, unless there's a news event coming out. So what you want to do is, if there is no news event and the price is retraced a little bit, you can actually enter. It'll actually give you a better reward to risk ratio. So in that case, you can enter. So just make sure your reward to risk ratio is better if you miss an entry rather than worse, because you don't want to put yourself in any more danger than the markets already give you. So I hope that helps. Andy Hawes, let me see. Yours is more of just like a compliment, comment, and I appreciate it. It says this system alone has improved your trading on the sterling, dollar, euro, dollar, and you even used it some on the Dow. I'm really glad that it's helping you, and it's really not that complicated. People trade moving average crossovers all the time, with indicators to line up. I just found that these work best for me. I've tried and tested it. I try to keep it as mechanical as possible. Of course, that's not 100% all the time. I always try to put discretion when it comes to news events and that sort of thing. So I'm just glad that this system is helping you on your trading. And that's really what it's for. It's not really supposed to be your bread winner. It's supposed to be an aid, another tool in your trading belt to just help you generally with your trading, help you with your discipline, help you with, whatever it is that you need help with. I try to keep the posts as similar as possible so that you see that I try to do the same things every single day. And it gets a lot easier the more you do it. So thank you again for the comments. I really appreciate it, guys. Feel free to always ask questions, or, I'll take compliments and criticism as well, too. So welcome it all. So now I'm going to go to my 4-hour chart of the sterling and look at our trend. Yesterday we saw some of that late bearish movement, and it actually formed a new trend change candle yesterday afternoon. And you could see that for the action of the day, we had no new trend change candles since yesterday. So this changed the trend from up to down, and today it stayed down. So we only look for short trades today, which makes it easy for us because we only have to look for one type of trade. Now I'm going to take a look at my 15-minute chart and just move this all the way back to before midnight. And again, before I start anything, take a look at my news events for the day. You can just go to babypips.com and click on this Tools tab, and it'll give you the news events for the day. And remember, we're looking for news that affects either the sterling or the dollar. And today, the important news events were the core CPI for the dollar at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we had the TIC long-term purchases. So 8:30 and 9 were the two news events that I wanted to watch for. Other than that, it was pretty much open. And again, I'm only looking for short trades. And so now I can move forward. And what do you know? Right at 12 o'clock, we get a crossover. It looks good too. Closes at 72.65. Let's see the indicators line up. MACD is positive and losing value. Stochastics trending down, and RSI is below 50. So all good here. No news events coming up, so we can enter. Closes at 72.65. Our stop is at the most recent swing high, right here at 73.54. And 65, our nearest 50 levels right here at 72.50. It's about 15 pips away. It's not a lot of profit potential, but it is big enough for me to keep it at 72.50. So I will go ahead and leave it there, and I'll just move forward. Anything under 10 pips is when I start to consider going for the same amount of pips that I'm risking. So this is 15 pips, not counting the spread, of course, but still you'll get about at least 10 pips if your trade is successful, which is okay for a little scalp, especially on a 15-minute chart. So let's just see what happens. Boom, hitting the next trade. Now we get a close at 72.45. Goes as low as 72.40. I'm not really convinced that momentum is in our favor here. So what I do is I go ahead and take my trade out. I don't really see a nice clean break. This is where you have to use your discretion. You could trail your stop, but for me, I'm just going to go ahead and take my trade out at this close of this candle, which is at 72.45. So I got a little bit better than what I had originally set my target for, and that's good. So that's one trade down. We continue to move, and you can see trade did move down a little bit longer, but then it starts to retrace back up. Here we get another crossover. This is at 130. Let's see here. RSI is below 50. Stochastics haven't crossed down. MACD was actually negative the candle before, so both MACD and Stochastics do not meet our criteria. No entry for this one. Okay, and you can see that we're getting a lot of spiky movements here. So here we go. Here's another crossover. This is at 5:30. RSI is below 50. Stochastics trending down. MACD was positive and losing value. This is a good entry. We enter at the close at 72.21. Our stop's at the most recent swing high at 72.81, and the most nearest 0 or 50 levels at 7,200. Gives us about 21 pips of potential profit. Good enough for me. And now we'll just continue to move on. Okay, and our target actually gets hit here at 645. Price doesn't make a clean break, and so I go ahead and take my final profit. I actually get out at 72.05, so another small win there, but I just continue to move forward, and we can see a lot of choppy movement here, not a lot of big moves here, and we have a crossover here, but and it actually makes a valid signal, but this is 9 a.m. This is when the TIC data comes out, so it's a news candle, so we're not going to enter that, so I don't even need to worry about it. If I just continue to move on, you can see that the rest of the day provided no more signals. This last crossover here is after 12, so no taking it. So two small trades here. We had a signal back at midnight, invalid signal at 1:30, another signal at 5:30, so two small winners. Make for a good day. You know, I can't complain. So rewind this video if you have to. If I'm going fast, I only have 10 minutes to make a video for YouTube. It's kind of sucks, but you know, at least I can put 10 minutes up. So if you have any questions or anything at all, feel free to leave me a comment on the blog. I will try to answer it as best as possible. But other than that, that's it for the day. I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.